While the Asian Beach Games may have hogged much of Phuket's sports spotlight during November, the Laguna Phuket Tri-Fest saw almost 2,000 athletes coming from much further afield to compete in the 21st edition of the LPT, the second Challenge Laguna Phuket, and, in between these two, the kids got their chance to shine at Thanyapura's Junior Challenge. The week-long Tri-Fest kicked off with the Laguna Phuket Triathlon, and there was more than a bit of superstar power on the start line to get the ball rolling.
So I'm doing the LPT this week, and next week I'm going to participate in the challenge Phuket. So it's going to be my first challenge, my first half Ironman, and I'm aiming for that distance actually. So after this event, I'm going to move on to race at the half Ironman distance. So it's probably an important year for me, and yeah, I spent a lot of time training, and I'm sure. The LPT, last year has always been my goal. That it was basically, it was basically the place that I think that I have to come here, and then I set the goal to race and finish in this Laguna Phuket Triathlon. I think the highlight from last year was that I wasn't really ready to ride a bike that hard, and the bike course was pretty challenging, and actually I got into accident. I fall off my bike because I went down too fast, and it was a really sharp corner. Got road rash, then eventually got back up and finished the whole race. Kind of all bloody on my knees and stuff. And I think it wasn't fun, to fall off the bike. But in retrospect, when you look back, once you get through all those, obstacle, all those adversity, you feel just empowered. You feel like, you could do anything. And I think that's what triathlon, that is how a lot of people love triathlon. And it's probably one of the thing that it's common for almost all of us, is that it's just empower us, It's encourage us to do something more, to conquer somehow, and we just, so I just felt better about myself, after. My focus this year has been to run better, to finish the run and feeling like a champion, not like going Superman on bike, and then run like Mickey Mouse, So I'm trying to run better and try to endure, the whole event, not paying attention to one specific area. So I think I just want to feel great about the race, and this year I'm a little more confident than last year. I got all my training done right, and all the nutrition is okay, and hopefully it will be good.
Italy's Massimo Cigana and Alberto Casadei made LPT history by crossing together to claim the triathlon's first dual championship. Cigana, champion in 2008, 2010 and 2011, and Casadei were followed home in third place by Australia's Mitchell Robbins. In the women's field, it was multiple World Championship title holder, Paris Edwards of Great Britain, who took first place, with Australia's Belinda Granger taking second and Germany's Katja Raab in third. Of course, an event this big requires the support of some very serious sponsors.
We can see it will continue. We will see 21st, 22nd, we will last forever. It's such a good sporting event. We will put this event, in the normal calendar of Phuket. We can see it, you see, it's growing from small events, growing to be such a, and the charity, everything, is just, we love to be, we really, it's our pleasure to be with this event.
My company, Thamik, is one of the sponsors for this event, and our objective of the Thamik, we also support of this kind of sport, the triathlon, marathon. We also have the watch, model watch is talking about the Iron Man, like this.
Yes.
That is all the athletes all around the world love this kind of the watch. That's why we are involved on this kind of sport for the whole world. Yeah.
We've been supporting this triathlon for a long time. So it does mean a lot to the organization and to the tourism industry as a whole, not only for the tourism industry of Phuket, okay? So because it's a major international event taking place on a beautiful island. All right. So with that comes a lot of income from the people who attend this triathlon, as well as the positive image that we're giving out that Phuket can handle very easily a major international event.
Since the first year they have about 294 athletes and now 1,800. How? For 21 years we have the more athletes from around the world will join our event, and then they keep continue join with us. For example, like Belinda Granger, she joined with us for 12 years already, and then also she will be retire her pole at Laguna Phuket Triathlon this year.
First of all, what I've been telling people is that I never expected to make a career from this in the first place. I started as an age group athlete with aspirations of doing well as an age grouper, but never did I dream back then that it would become my career for 20 years. So that in itself is like unbelievable to me still. But definitely highlights are winning this race twice. This might not be an important race in the overall scheme of things, it's not a world championship, but to me personally it's very, very important. I've made so many amazing friendships here, so to say that I've been able to win this race twice means a lot to me. There's a big challenge race, obviously the original challenge race in Roth in Germany, which I was able to win in 2005, so that's a very defining moment in my career. All of my wins in all the races that I've done, I've got 15 Ironman distance wins to my name, which are, every single win is special in its own way, but there are certain races obviously that you remember more than others, and this race is definitely going to go down as the most special. I've raced it more times than any other race, so it's special. Not the most important race in the world, but to me personally, it's my World Championship. It's my favourite race, and it's a race that I wanted to return to year after year.
While Belinda was looking to make this her Sunset Tri-Fest, a whole new batch of young athletes were getting in on the game over at Thanyapura's Junior Challenge.
Today I felt good at the start of the race. I did about 50 meters, then I died a bit, I guess, and I just held on for the rest of the swim, hoping to make it up in the bike. I went out on the bike, I started pretty strong. I caught up to everyone else by the first U-turn and I went the wrong way. So I had to turn around, re-catch up to them and go past them again. I was getting a bit tired onto that, and I'm just hoping that I can stay up front for the run. I did a pretty fast transition. I came onto the run. My legs were a bit tired from all the training from this week, but I kept a solid pace and made it to the end.
Outweighing the star names on the start line for the Challenge Laguna Phuket, among the 550 pro and age group starters representing 40 countries were plenty of local sports people just trying to get from the 1.9 kilometre swim through the 90 kilometre bike ride and survive the punishing 21 kilometre run in the midday heat. Among the local heroes, a team drawn from the staff of host sponsor Laguna Phuket.
Well, it all started when I was still back in Singapore. That's where I'm from, Singapore. It was a long time ago when I was still in the school, in the university, with all the peer pressure and all that. So that's my friends were doing triathlon, so that's how I got into it the first time. But that's a long time ago. From Singapore I moved to Bangkok. Not the ideal place to really bike or do anything outdoors until I came to Phuket. That's where I tried to pick it up again.
I just started the triathlon since year 2009. My friend asked me to join. I come to work with the Laguna since year 2008.
So this is my first time, my first year to join the triathlon. Normally, of course, because we actually every weekend we have cycling. We do cycling together. So he just shall we do the relay team to Thailand? He said, yes, why not? Because and of course, and I'm not so good at cycling, so he's good. So that's why he start joining this year.
He's a hardcore.
He's a hardcore. 42 at the full marathon.
Last year I do quite bad. I come to the last person, but this year I think I will not be that.
That's an improvement. It's a good
This
sign.
is a real challenge.
Swiss Olympian Rudy Wild took first place, followed home by Sweden's Fredrik Cronenberg, with Australia's Luke McKenzie taking third. In the women's field, last year's Challenge champion and world champion Melissa Hauschild of Australia came first, leading her fellow women athletes by more than 10 minutes. Britain's Paris Edwards took second, followed 3 minutes later by triple LPT winner Radka Vodikova of the Czech Republic.
Won the senior division of junior first ever win of medium distance, so I'm very happy, but it was a tough day. I had a good swim. I was in the water with the lead guys, except for Rasmus, who was a bit ahead of us. But I knew I should be able to stay in contention with especially Luke McKenzie, who was supposed to be the strongest cyclist. And he did a great job on the bike leg. He was pushing very hard, and so I was very lucky to stay with him and Freddie for the whole bike leg. But Luke was doing actually all the work, and he got a very good advantage over all the other competitors back like 5 or 6 minutes after the bike leg. So I knew, okay, when it's coming to the runs, I have a good chance of winning that race, and I tried to choose a deliberate pace at the beginning because it always feels easy at the beginning. It's getting very hard on the second lap. So it was again same this year, like the last couple of years. You always forget about the heat that's actually hitting you on the second lap. But I got to remember today about how tough that race is, and no matter how well you do, you have to go through that suffer fast. And so the last 2Ks were pretty tough to me, and I could really feel the heat. And but I'm very happy to be able to celebrate my first ever victory on that distance, and especially on my favorite race here at Laguna Phuket.
This is my 5th year of doing it, and it was just so humid. Usually it's just on the run that you feel it, but when I got to that second lot of hills at 70k on the bike, it was just so hot. There was no wind blow, so yeah, really warm. Yeah, I had a really good swim. I was only 1:20 down on Radka, who's a phenomenal swimmer, so I was really excited about that. And I took the lead at 13 kilometres onto the bike. So I kept working pretty hard on the bike till about halfway, and then backed it off a little bit. And I've got a big race next weekend, Challenge Bahrain. So I didn't want to work too hard, but definitely wanted to win again. I really look forward to that finish with the elephant, and when she wraps her trunk around you, kisses you, and holds your hand up. It's pretty amazing.
And with another successful Tri-Fest over, it was time to party.